Overwhelmed with the death of her husband, Maria Gado was inconsolable. She couldn't find her voice as she tries to speak. Her neighbor Josephine Shaye, who spoke on her behalf, told the ICIR how Maria's husband, Rufo Gado, was killed and her 9-year-old son was injured on their way to the farm in Kodoro, Basa local government area of Plateau State.
Yesterday, Fulanis ambushed her husband, killed him and injured her son and her husband's younger brother, who are now receiving treatment at Jonkwano Hospital. The wife was only lucky to have escaped.
And in the nearby village of Tafigana, a 50-year-old Adamurangu was also killed by suspected herders. The bereaved wife, Maria, is still recovering from the shock and horror of her husband's death. He was killed and beheaded in their farmland.
They should assist us with means of livelihood too. I have faith in God. Whether I die today or tomorrow, I know I'll be with my God. Today I am sad because I cannot see my husband. We cannot live together in this world, but God willing, we will see again in heaven.
The sad event of Gado and Adamu families are amongst the many recent violent attacks in Plateau State, and many families have suffered similar fate. Jebu Miango is also another town that came under attack in Basa local government area. The town is about 20 kilometers from Jos, and its indwellers are mostly natives of Irigwe and Fulani tribe. On February the 2nd of August, the village was attacked and about 300 houses were destroyed and many families were displaced. Survivors that ran to Miango for safety told the ICIR that the Fulanis were responsible for the attack.
One day, Fulani attacked me. I ran away with my family. Luckily that I gave myself with my family, but I bought all my property. They bought my house. I'm now living inside Miango in Chile. I live here. I'm manageable. But we and my family now, we are not there together in one place. My children are from other place. I myself, my other separate place. My wife now. I'm completely one more now. We are not there with my family. We are not there with my wife.
We have lately been visited with a lot of problems, especially attacks that have affected our community in different ways. The armed forces did not help matters because they were to have risen to the occasion and ensure that there are culprits. But as I speak to you, there is nobody that has been caught.
These Fulani people, they went to our place and killed my people. We don't know what has happened. We are praying we are calling government to come and help us because the thing is too much for us. We don't know why they are killing us, but we are begging government to come and help us, to put the security to come and help us. We should have dead for that place. No police, no MAPO, other security they are not there. And they cannot enter that villages. We have about 13 villages there. When it was born, when everything had born. And people cannot go back without security. That's why I'm begging the government to help us.
Maurice Kadia, a community physician in Jebu Miango, also lost his clinic to the attack.
On that 31st, we had about 3 or 4 corpses, the people that they killed around that time. Then that thing happened, I think, Saturday. Then Sunday, being fast, nothing happened. Then on the 2nd August was the Black Monday in our lives, because it was that day they set the entire community ablaze. Burned houses, burned churches, looted some valuable properties. As I'm speaking to you now, my house was set ablaze to. I was living in a 3-bedroom apartment comfortably with my family. But today, they burned it, and by the grace of God, I'm a community health practitioner. I have a clinic. I was using part of my bush quarters as a temporary clinic site. They burned all the property, the beddings, the furniture, the mattresses, everything they burned in that clinic.
The history of violent clashes among ethnic groups in Plateau State led to the creation of Operation Safe Haven. It was established to provide security among communities in the state. The Operation Safe Haven security personnel comprised the Nigerian Army, Navy, Air Force, Police Force, Nigerian Security Civil Defense Corps, and State Security Service. Born the day of the attack, Maurice said they all ran for safety, leaving them helpless to violent attack and destruction of properties.
But it's quite unfortunate that the security were not doing what they're supposed to do. Even when they went to the farm, we took them to the farmland. The cattle will be grazing on our farmland and nothing will happen. They will not ask them to go out, they only wash them and later on go back. This is what they have been doing. Up to the time that even the way my village was raised ablaze that day, there were security men there, and we learned that some military men told the policemen that they were stationed in our village that they should leave. When there is a village called Pachi, when they started burning that village before reaching Jebumiango, before they reached Jebumiango, all the 8 hillocks that I told you about ran for their lives. Leaves with the inhabitants of that community in the mercy of God. So then we have no option. If the security men that they were there, they ran away and left us there, we will have no option than to run too. And that is why we ran that night, that evening, because we ran that evening back to the Yango, which all our houses got burnt.
Even though Operation Safe Haven claimed to have intervened in the attack, the ICIR learned that none of the attackers were arrested or killed. Jebumiango, as well as other communities affected by the attack, are currently deserted. While most of the residents are scared to come back home, herders are seen grazing in their farmlands. The spokesperson for the Gang Allah Fulani Development Association, short for GAPDAN, Garba Abdullahi, said Fulani herders have suffered injustice. He said the Fulanis were first attacked and killed in the early months of the year without any condolence from the government or attention from the media.
Fulanis are killed, their cattle are killed, their cattle are roasted, but there is no even sympathy visit to these communities by the government. Not even on media, even if it is social media, they have not condoled these Fulani people for once.
While refuting the allegation made against the Fulani herders, Garba said indigenous Fulani herders were not responsible for the killings that happened in August of this year. He said the attack that happened in Jebumiango was an attack that was conducted in the night. An investigation is yet to identify the attackers.
So there are some series of attacks and reprisal attacks. But what today is happening, people are alleging that they are Fulani herders that took out the recent attack. Categorically, I will deny this. Though, I will not say there are no bad people in Fulanis. There are bad people. It's a syndicate. Because a Fulani man in this attack or rustling of cattle or loss of properties, and he is even more victim than others. So there are other herders coming from all walks of life to graze. Some are coming to pass by. They are killed by this set of people. Their cows are rustled. So you cannot control the situation, which as leaders will control those people that are living there. But what of people coming out from other axes? One may not know. So this attack was carried out in the night. So I don't know who gave them the insinuation that they are Fulanis. That is best known to them. Because I am hearing it on the media that they said they are herders. But it is only investigation of the professional security outfits or those who are saddled with the responsibility of investigation that will tell us these are the kind of people that carry out this attack. Because people are disguising, putting up the regalias or attires of the Fulanis to carry out activities like what is happening with Boko Haram.
Garba also believed failure on part of the government to protect the borders from encroaching herders has also contributed to continuous crisis between farmers and herders in the country.
The government is to blame, is to be blamed. One, because they are leaving our borders are porous. It is only in Nigeria that every Dick and Harry will come into this country. So, you should also agree with me that there are indigenous Fulanis in Nigeria that have the fundamental rights to be protected by the government. And if herders are coming in from other countries, who should stop them? It is not the Fulanis. It is the government that has to close their borders, because these cows are not flown. Even if they are flown by aircrafts, they have airspace regulations.
For both parties, lives and properties have been lost in this year's recent crisis that occurred in Jebu-Miango. However, full intervention on the part of the government at the state and federal level would bring back peace and harmony that once existed in the community.